Guests and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answers to the human experience? Welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, a 2-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. Spiritually Speaking with Sarah is presented by the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. For the next 2 hours, listen, call in, and watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, and share love and light.
Oh, yes, indeed. There is a light right here on WWNN, 1470 AM, 96.9, 103.9, and 95.3. And we are answering your questions all across the nation at 888-565-1470. And tonight, we want to hear from you. It's been a rocky kind of road these past few months, and I know most people cannot wait for 2020 to end. But before it ends, we've still got to do a little bit more growing, a little bit more adapting, and kind of mind our ways a bit. Because this is a time for us to take notice as to what's not working for us and make some adjustments. Time for us to go inside and ask some very important questions. And here's a good question for all of you. What makes you happy? What's that song? If it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. Well, a lot of people have been caught up in the rat race. We haven't really been spending enough in time. I don't mean in on lockdown in your house time. I mean in your inner being, in your inner knowing, and connecting to your spirit guides, your angels, your loved ones. You know, we've got to talk. Everybody's talking at me. I don't hear a word they're saying. Only the echoes of my mind. We're hearing ourselves think. That's all you hear. But are you really taking that time to listen? What's that Christmas song? Do you hear what I hear? Do you hear? Do you hear the Spirit? Do you hear God saying it's okay? May look like a rat race. May look like, holy crow, the ship is going down. But it's okay. You feel the presence of our loved ones just gathering around us, giving us that, you can do it. We paved the way. We showed you how to survive through something like this, even though we didn't go through this. Our parents went through this. We have generations that have cleared the way for all of us. We have generations that have opened up the doors for us so that we could have a better life. Take my father, for instance, and many of your fathers and mothers. My father was raised during the war times in Athens, Greece. And he has some really interesting stories he used to tell. Favorite one is when someone took his mashed potatoes off his plate that he was saving for the very last bite. But these were tough times. And so he chose to leave and come to America. How many of your families chose to leave their country and come to America? The great country of America that was for the land of the free. Well, how's that working for us? But if you think about it, the energy of this new adventure. And my father went to NYU, studied engineering. Of course, because he was Greek, I guess. I don't know, but no Coke, Pepsi. We had to go in the restaurant business. But whatever drove him to desire to do that, he became a self-made man. He came barely knowing the language, studied at NYU, graduated with an engineering degree, and then went off to open up restaurants and be a country club manager. So our loved ones on the other side, they've paved the way for us. They rolled up their sleeves and they put in their elbow grease for us. And some of them, from their experiences, their sense of lack and suffering that they may have had, because times have been difficult before this time in the history of us, they gave this energy of conditions that they were raised with, and they passed it on to us. But we have the opportunity to break some of those conditions, some of those ways of thinking, and free ourselves. They paved the way, showing us that we were strong human beings, that we can overcome anything, and that anything's possible. No matter where you come from, you have the power. You have the power to rise above all of this. And we've got support. How many of you, when you're starting your day, you say, "Good morning, angels"? hey, God, how you doing? How many of you stop and really just spend a few minutes to yourself thinking and feeling the presence of divine energy? How many of you do that? You see, it's all around you. It's all around you, helping you every step of the way. This guidance. Your spirit guides, they send us clues. The other day I was walking and I was stepping down off the curb in a parking lot. Right there was a feather. No, I'm not one to get many feathers, but I took it as a message. Yes, we have birds flying all over here in South Florida, so of course there could be a feather. But what made me equate it to a message for me personally was where my mindset was, where my energy was at the time, what was going on, what questions and things I was pondering as to how will this evolve. You know, sometimes we ask the question of ourselves, how are you going to get yourself out of this? How are you going to be okay? What's going to happen next? And we don't have the answer. But when you say that, and you say it out loud, or you think it really hard, which we humans are really good at thinking a little too much, when you do that, the angels, the guides, they all hear you. And so they begin to nudge you. They begin to give you a message. They begin to let you know, hey, you never, ever, ever walk alone. You've got a power with you. You've got a presence. There's a divine energy. And as you tap into that divine energy, you're opening heaven's door. And when you open heaven's door, amazing things happen. You have this amazing ability to feel the feelings of love and joy and peace, freedom. There's an ability to be one with the flow of divine essence, one with the universe. And it's just a feeling. And it's not overwhelming where you can't go to work and do what you have to do or do your grocery shopping. It's just a connection. It's just a knowing. And if I could, for everyone listening, just teach you how to knock on heaven's door and open the door and just feel what that feels like. To feel the knowing that someone, something greater than you is holding you up, whether you can see it or not. And that your loved one who passed is just a little bit away from you. Even though you cannot see them, that's where they are. They're holding your hand, even though you can't feel them. They're guiding us every step of the way. And yes, these times are really breaking us all down. Many of us are feeling feelings of angst and uncertainty. We're losing ourselves in fear of lack, fear of disease. We're just in the state of uncertainty and fear. So what better time to talk to your loved ones? What better time to send an SOS, heaven, here I come, send me a message, because I need one. So many times, I could just look up at the sky and go, help. I know, help. I need somebody, help. Not just anybody, I need God. I need an angel, I need a guide, I need someone to manifest right here, right now, because I'm feeling a little shaky. Have you ever had that feeling? Where you're like, what's it going to take for someone to answer me? Because this is getting real sticky. We've all had that feeling. And we've all had that feeling of feeling alone. And for anyone who's battled with depression and loneliness, anxiety, fear, well, this lockdown, this slowdown, depending on where you are, what it looks like and feels like in the physical realm, it's really kind of drilling down deep. How do you stay connected when you're not connected? We're used to being distracted and connected to everything and everyone, including our phones, including the gadget that maybe you're watching this show with. We're used to doing that. But while we were doing that, because we're such great human multitaskers, we're out and about, we're food shopping, we're talking to people, we're running here, running there, and now you're not running very far. And you know what they say, you can't run from yourself. So for all of us who've been running from ourselves, running from our fears, running from our inadequacies, running from that which we felt we could not handle, we're going to face it right now. But the best part of being connected to the heavens, and a lot of you know this, God is never going to give you something you can't handle. It's always going to come with a lesson. Yeah, some lessons are a little tougher. But you're always going to be presented with a solution. You just have to wait for it. Yes, we don't like to wait, do we? We don't like to wait for the answer. We don't like to slow ourselves down. You have to wait for it. And when you wait, the unfolding will reveal a response, a solution, that if you pushed to fix a problem, you would have only created another problem. You've got to open the doors of possibilities. You've got to stretch to new heights. And you've got to allow your loved ones, your guides, to lean in and whisper in your ear and feel them. It's not easy, I know. When we have someone that we've loved and they're on the other side, we can't help but wonder why they had to go. Often we really feel that they got taken too soon. Or if we only had a little more time. Or we only had the opportunity to just say one more thing. What it would be like. But even though you can't do it the way you're used to, you are able to bridge a connection with a loved one, even though they're not here. You are able to get a sign from them. They do let you know that they're with you. And when you look at a picture of them, your eyes looking into their eyes, your feeling, remembering what it was like in that moment in time, they can feel you. And if their energy is in a way, in a place that is easily connected to you, and you still yourself, you're going to feel them. You're going to know that they're with you. Or you'll see them in a dream. Or something interesting or strange or a favorite song will pop up very soon after you spend time with them. We're not as alone and disconnected as we've been made to believe. And this disconnection from the physical world is really the angels and the guides' way of using a very difficult, challenging situation to give us an opportunity to grow inwardly and build that connection and to trust. How many of you trust, really, really trust, that everything's going to work out even if you don't have a solution? How many of you trust that? It's time. It's time for you to trust. It's time for you to move forward. It's time for you to allow new things to happen for you. This disconnect is an opportunity to reconnect in a different way. And when you go back to life, however that's going to look for you, to plug yourself in a different channel, to be more etherically connected in all you do, rather than rooted in such physicality that we are seeing physicality can fail you. Physicality can disappoint you. The job that we thought we'd have for all these years could just suddenly go away. So many things that we thought were necessary and consistent in our lives, that they're really not there now. So life is always evolving and changing. And in these difficult, unprecedented times, we may not be able to change the outer circuitry for now. But the inner circuitry, the inner connections, the inner wiring, you are the designer. And if you just allow yourself to be one with the divine design that was the creation of you, and step out of the binds of the physical realization that things are challenging and scary, and just step away from that and just open up your heart and trust that there's a greater plan that can work out for you, even if you don't see it with your human eye. Even if you turn on the news and it's, oh, that's not what I wanted to hear. And of course, some of these things going on, they're wreaking havoc in our lives. And there's no fairy dust to sprinkle on that. I have no colored sprinkles to make it look better. It is a challenge at this time. But in the challenge is your victory. In the challenge is your connection that can transcend the challenge to lift you up to something even better if you allow it. If you just, let go and let God. And this is your time. This is your time to connect to all the energies that have gone on before us, our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents. This is your time to ask for the assistance of your angels and your guides and to trust that you never walk alone. So hold your head up high, everyone. Because whatever you're facing at this time, it is temporary. We've seen that things that we thought were permanent or that would never change, because that's how it's been since we can remember, have changed. So this too, this difficult time, this too will change. And we will pass through this and go to a new way of being. And I'm not talking about whatever the physical outlook will be as we navigate this. I'm talking about a new way of being from within, a new way of appreciating things and taking life by the reins and writing and enjoying and creating and realizing that the breath of life, as fabulous as it is, that too is temporary. And that if you choose to live your life to the greatest with purpose, with passion, with an understanding that you're fully supported with your angels and your guides, that you can have a magnificent life regardless of what's going on in the world. That you can feel connected and have empathy for those who are in a tough situation. And navigate your own situation, your own challenging time, but still always feel connected. And it's not always about how many times you go to church a week or how many times you tithe. It's about what resides within. It's about your connection. It's about allowing that connection to be the force that governs everything that you do, and that you always check in and check where you are. Notice what you notice and trust that you're never alone. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to go to Facebook. We're going to go to YouTube. We're going to pop on to our phone lines at 888-565-1470. And if you've never called here to WWNN at 888-565-1470, then guess what? Make tonight the night that we connect and that we transcend wherever you are and raise you to wherever you want to be energetically. And let's make a difference tonight. Stay with us. Don't go away. You know we're going to be right back.
For soft, rich, and beautiful skin, use Butidolin products. Beauté de Lune products, based on natural fruits and extracts, revitalize your skin and make you incredibly beautiful. For acne, sensitive skin, dry or oily skin, Beauté de Lune. Cleanse, moisturize and revitalize your skin with Beauté de Lune. A miracle. For your order, call us at 561-906-7466 or to our store, 2695 North Military Trail Suite 21, or visit us online at www.beautédelune.net.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Have you heard me? Do you see me? I am Sarah Spiritual, and we are spiritually speaking to all of you all across the nation. And welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to connect with all of you. And if you're listening to us in your cars, then we welcome you too. Happy ride. Be safe on the roads. And thank you for tuning in to WWNN and Spiritually Speaking with Sarah on every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. And we've got some things coming up in our very near future. And one of the things I want to share with all of you, first and foremost, is a very happy shout out to everyone who took our psychic defense class. We had a great time last night. Everyone was online and we rolled up our sleeves and we spent 2+ hours going over all the fabulous ways that we can keep our energy spiritually clear and protect ourselves and move ourselves forward. And I got to tell you, we had a great turnout. Everyone was fabulously connected. And I know we got some really good takeaways from the channeling that I was able to present to everyone. So thank you, everyone who showed up. And speaking of classes, we've got another class coming up that I think is a must. We've got our empath class. Do you think you're an empath? Are you picking up on everyone else's energy? Do you kind of feel what everybody else's feels? Someone's feeling down, then the rest of the day you're kind of feeling kind of poopy and you're just not feeling good. And then maybe someone's not feeling well and suddenly you're kind of feeling their pain. Or maybe there's something wrong with a pet, an animal, and you can kind of sense and feel and kind of take their energy. Well, we want to teach you how to navigate being an empath and not pick up other people's stuff, because you got enough stuff to deal with. But it's good to be an empath and to understand and have compassion. And we're going to show you how to channel that and how to survive being an empath, because a lot of healers will tell me that they work on someone, or massage therapists, they work, and then when they leave their clients for the day, they are drained. And it's not about the physical work. That can, of course, wear on us, but they really mean energetically. So we want to teach you all how to seal off your energy and how to be an empath and share the energy of empathy and healing, but not take someone else's stuff. So I hope you join me. Can't believe it's going to be the end of July soon, but on 7/28, that's July 28th at 7:30 p.m., the class is only $11. So thank you so much. Join us. Visit sarahspiritual.com. Now, we are at the midway point here in 2020, kind of, sort of, and Lord, what a beginning it was. So many of us had our New Year's reading. How's that working for us? But what we're really looking forward to doing is sharing with you a mid-year reading, because clearly 2020 got off to an interesting / rocky, maybe horrible start for some of us. So we want to get a pulse of where we are in this mid-year of 2020 and get an idea of where we can build and strengthen our journey and what we can look forward to and what we have to do to personally navigate what can be a difficult time. So visit my website, sarahspiritual.com. We have our mid-year checkup. So I would love to see you book a mid-year checkup and visit with me personally via Skype, phone, video, and or on the phone lines or in person at my center in West Palm Beach. So we hope you join us for that, and keep checking my website because we've got a whole bunch of classes lining up. We've got our August and September. School is back in session with Sarah Spiritual, and we're looking forward to share and teach with all of you. So we're going to go to our Facebook people, and we want to join you on the phones at 888-565-1470. And we're going to go to Elma Flores. She says, hey, I really need some guidance, Sarah. Her birthday's this weekend. And so we always want to all have a beautiful birthday. And she gives us a birthday, and she's asking about her and her boyfriend. We need the last part of the birthday, Tiffany, please.
Marco, 4/20/1987.
Okay. So, the first thing I see here for you, Elma, is things can get better, but he's really clearing out a lot of old energy. And I really feel like Marco went through a really rough last year, and things have been like out of sorts for him. And he's not quite fully centered and or focused on the relationship is how I see it. So, Elma, what I say to you is this. There's a great connection, great love. He's kind of hard on himself, and I'm feeling like some of the moodiness is kind of overwhelming all of you. But I will tell you that Venus has just come out of retrograde, and Venus has been, the planet of love. But when it's going backwards, kind of like our Mercury, it's not easy. Give this the next few weeks and then have an open dialogue conversation. I'm feeling like he is feeling stifled and stuck in his life overall, Elma Flores, and that if we give him some space, it's really possible that this can really kick back into gear. So I'm going to say that we're going to hang on a little bit, because in August, I think you'll have a better feel of just where we can work on the relationship so we can move it forward. Thank you, Elma Flores, for your Facebook question. Who else do we have here live on Facebook? Juanita Whalen. She says, hey, I really, really need guidance. Juanita, the first thing that I'm made aware of here is that this year represents making some new connections and making some major changes for yourself, Juanita. And I'm feeling like you've been in this cycle for the past 4 years, that things have not been moving forward for you in any capacity. And I'm feeling as if there's been a disconnect, a divide between you and someone. And I see that this energy is kind of separating you from the connections to people that you need to be guided by. So, Juanita, I'm going to tell you to do this. Take a little time to write down the items that you want to create in your life, and realize that you're not alone. I see the challenges personally. I see the challenge financially, and I'm also seeing a disconnect in primary partnership. So all areas of your life seem as if they got flipped upside down. So take a step back, and do know that when we move you into the month of September, things start to move forward financially. And this is going to leave you with a bit of relief so that there's less for you to have on your shoulders. There's a lot of burdens. So the guidance here is stay the course, release the things that do not conform to how you want your life to be, and trust that anything that has separated and removed itself from you is about to be replaced with something better. Trust this process, Juanita Whalen, and thank you so much for your Facebook question. We're going to pull another question from Facebook before we go to the phone lines. Hey, Sarah. This is Lourdes. And she says, hey, something just happened. And she's saying she's got some mixed feelings here. So let's see what we got. What's the rest of that sentence, please?
Started a rough thing for me. I don't know what to do with what I thought I was moving on, and now I don't know where I stand with the father of my daughter, so I need a message, please.
Yes. So the father of your daughter is not being supportive for you at this time. So when I look at this energy here, I'm feeling that you have to redesign this connection for yourself and for your daughter. And he's really being self-centered and really caught up in what he thinks is important to him. And it's almost if I kind of feel like he's kind of turning his back on all of you or disowning you or kind of removing himself from this energy. And you, Lourdes Fernandez, have this powerful energy that can transform anything in your life. And hold the path and hold the energy for your daughter, because she's going to need a little more of your love and your care. Your ex is really just kind of caught up in something that is really filling him, and it's really more about him, and he's being caught up in his selfishness right now. So Lourdes Fernandez, give this a little bit of time, and in the meantime, be the single parent to your daughter so that she knows that she's loved, cared for, and that you will always be there for her. Thank you, Lourdes Fernandez, for your Facebook question. And now we're going to go to the phone lines at 888-565-1470. And tonight's the night. I hope to hear from you. If you've never picked up the phone and called us here at WWNN, I would love to hear from you and be a part of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And I'm going to go to the phone lines and catch Denise from Pembroke Pines. Denise, how are you tonight?
Hey, Sarah.
How are
Good.
you?
How are you?
I'm doing great, Denise. And Denise, what's your question?
Wondering, Paul hasn't connected lately. Wondering what's going on there.
Well, you know, he is very much around you, but I feel as if you're not feeling him in the same way that he was sending you some connections and messages. And when I look into this energy of Paul, I also see him standing with a woman who appears to be mother. So there's a mother energy. His mother has passed, Denise, is this correct?
Yeah, many years ago.
Okay. He's standing with a woman. He's there with her. And there's also, it makes me feel as if there's a woman who stands almost as if she's a sister to him. Does this make sense to you? Did he have a sister who passed as well?
No, his brother passed right after him, but it could be his aunt and his mother.
Okay, because there's two women that he's standing with. I'm not seeing the brother. He's not stepping forward, but I do have two women that are standing with him. And he's in this energy of great love and great compassion and connection with them. And I'm also made to believe that he's been visiting your daughter for some reason. Like he's talking to me about the daughter. And he's saying he's been giving his attention to the daughter. This makes sense to you? Has your daughter mentioned this to you?
Yeah, she said she's been dreaming about him lately.
Yes. So he's visiting her, and don't get jealous, honey. He's visiting the daughter. That's all. He's going over to visit her. I'm just teasing
I did
you.
have a dream about him last week.
Yes, but he's visiting her, and he's letting her know that he's with her and that he really is watching her unfold her life. So he's showing you all much love and much support. And you will see him again in a dream, and he will make his evidence even stronger. Yes, there was a suddenness to the brother's passing. Yes, he's talking to me about his brother passing. There was like a suddenness. It wasn't expected to happen right then,
Well,
please.
we didn't know. He passed 3 months to the day that Paul did.
Yeah, and you didn't know that there was a reason that he would have been passing. This is correct, yes?
Right.
Okay.
I didn't find out till after.
Okay, because Paul is telling me that there's the brother took everyone by surprise in his passing, and this is what he's making me aware of. All right, so I'm not connecting with the brother, but Paul is very much with you and sending you much love. And there was a trip you were supposed to take or something together this year.
Well, Christina and I were supposed to take the Italy trip with 10 of us.
So he's saying to me, sorry about the trip. He was talking about a trip you were supposed to be taking this year. He says, sorry about the trip.
Oh, okay.
All right, honey. I thank you so much for calling. God bless you, and know that Paul is with you. Thanks.
All right.
Bye
Thanks,
for now.
Sarah.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back to you, we're going to go right back to the phone lines and right back to my friends on Facebook at 888-565-1470. And if you're on YouTube, we didn't forget about you. We're going to catch your questions as well. Stay with us, everyone. Do not go away, because you know we're going to be right back.
Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
For soft, rich, and beautiful skin, use Beauté de Lune products. Beauté de Lune products, based on natural fruits and extracts, revitalize your skin and make you incredibly beautiful. For acne, sensitive skin, dry or oily skin, Beauté de Lune. Cleanse, moisturize, and revitalize your skin with Beauté de Lune. A miracle. For your order, call us at 561-906-7466 or to our store, 2695 North Military Trail, Suite 21, or visit us online at www.beautédelune.net.
Interested in relieving tension, reducing stress, and revitalizing your energy? Call reflexologist Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954 to book your session. Reflexology of the hands, face, and ears improves circulation, the functioning of the nervous system, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and leads to a glowing complexion. Experience what reflexology can do for you today. Contact Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Here live on WWNN 1470 AM 95.3 FM. And we are answering your questions all across the nation. And we are answering your questions on Facebook and YouTube. So be sure to put your question in the feed with the birthday so that we can tune in, tap in, and get you the information that we need. And I've got to go to Anna. And Anna is in Chicago, Chicago. Let's talk to Anna. Anna, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing great, Anna. Good to make a connection with you. Is this your first time calling?
No, I've called several times.
Okay, great, great. So, Anna, what is your question for us?
I have so many questions, Sarah, but I have one. There is this inkling, like something is warning me, or God is trying to get my attention. He's trying to tell me something. Every time I hear the train whistle, I feel like it's telling me something. And I've been having some crazy things happen to my cars lately, some unfortunate things, costing me a little money, but God is always providing a way for me to overcome the challenge. But something's happening, and I think I'm missing the signal.
Well, when I hear the train signal, when I hear the horn, that's a warning bell, right? So that's a warning. So warning, be careful. Something's coming, right? And there's not a good feeling to that energy, because if, we've ever been caught trying to cross the tracks, the train's coming, you've got to move, right? You got to go. So you've got to make a change, right? Something's coming that's going to cause you to make a change. And so Spirit, God, is trying to keep you ahead of the tracks. And I'm going to talk about something that I don't usually get to talk about here on radio, but it's something that I'm seeing and feeling. I'm really feeling, Anna, that there's almost like an energetic block around you. Like you're trying to move forward, but somebody's trying to, when someone's got eyes on you?
Yep.
And I'm seeing, and it's not something I like talking about, but I'm kind of seeing like someone's got like a thought that's meant to cross your path so that you can't get across the tracks in time, that something doesn't work out for you. And it's rooted in this envy energy, please. This is how I see it. This is how I feel it. And I'm kind of feeling like it's kind of meant to block you. So you got to do what you know to do to clear yourself, to clear your energy, to open up the pathway, because yes, you're being protected, but all these, whenever we have these symbols of things that happen, you've got the train, you've got these little accidents happening with your car, you've got issues, right? It's too many things. So this is an indicator that something psychically, and this is what we talked about last night in my class, so how appropriate you're calling us today. Something is psychically, spiritually kind of doing a battle with you, trying to thwart your progress is the wording that I hear from Spirit, right? Okay. So this is how I feel the shift in energy. So I feel like
is it my boyfriend?
Let's take a look. What can I have a birthday of the boyfriend, please?
July 27th, 2000. I feel like it's his sister.
Yes, I was about to say, who's the woman connected to him? It's not him. It's a woman who's not happy with the connection.
I felt it already.
Yes.
And I felt this way before this. And literally, Sarah, every time something happens to me that may cause me a little dismay, it brings her joy.
Okay. So we need to cut her energy. We need to cut her energetic cord. That's all.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I'm really good at is creating things to kind of clear people's energy. So it might be good if you and I connect. We haven't done a personal session yet, have we?
No, I need to.
All right. But what we can also do in the meantime. Take a breath.
I'm always trying to be good to people,
Okay. So
because I want that energy reciprocated. But
all right. So I'm gonna clear that up for you right now. We're gonna get real New York with you, honey. So Miss Chicago, listen up.
Yes.
We are meant to be caring, loving, and empathic to others. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
And turn the other cheek. But it's also not to be the fool. And we have to discern the spirit. That's biblical. You need to discern the spirit. And when people show you who they are, believe them.
Believe them. Yep.
And she's showing you an energy that is not supportive. It is not conducive to the relationship, but that's her gig. That's her story. Doesn't mean we don't deal with our boyfriend, just means that she is not in a good place. We are not here to judge her. But what I do see is that she has a negative spirit, negative energy, and this energy is cutting your glory. So we are not to really share too much. Be wise as a serpent, gentle as a dove. This is what the path that you need to follow. And you need to discern the spirit. You lay not thy hand suddenly, lest thou partake of another's sin. You cannot just go ahead and try to fix someone's problem, make it easier, be miscongeniality, because you may be trying to help someone or cheer them up through something that God wants them to be in that moment so that they can be closer to God and learn the lesson. And it's not your karma to interfere.
Okay.
So it's not a lesson that you want to learn, because you will learn that one the hard way, my friend.
Yep. I got it.
So my suggestion is, and I'll try to shoot you a message. My suggestion is, let me make something to clear your energy.
Okay.
And just kind of move things forward. And then when you're ready, we'll do a session. But I say this to you. One of her missions is, for whatever reason, she wants your boyfriend more to herself because she wants control. So whatever that story is, that's her gig. You build your relationship because I see a strong connection between you and your boyfriend.
Oh.
Okay. So you honor the energy and you fuel the energy of love between the two of you. You honor yourself and you use a discerning spirit. And the warning is, be careful. There are eyes on you. All right, my dear?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank
you so much for calling. God bless you. And we will talk, and we'll shoot us a message, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now. 888-565-1470. Let's pull a question from Facebook. We've got the phone lines ringing. We'll give the board a chance to catch up. And let's see, who do we have going on here? Martin Daniels. Martin Daniels says, hey, can Spirit guide me, resolve some upsets and fallings out between my family and friends around me? Thanks so much. You know, Martin, you don't fit in the box that everybody wants to put you in is one of the other problems, okay? Because you are a free spirit. You are someone who is very dedicated to who you are, and you are at an experience of expansion. And it's not, people are not reading things well, and you're trying to be the person who's trying to keep everything working. But I'm feeling as if there are two people in the immediate family that are kind of stirring up trouble and turning people against you because you are kind of outnumbered in the family unit. So I say this to you. Spirit says, stand up and just trust that when people are at this odds with you, that they need to work it through themselves. All you can do is be the true being that you've come to be. And you've just been stepping into some of your own energy and compassion. And this is your personal power year and expansion for yourself and self-love and unconditional love. So Martin, focus on loving yourself, expand your horizons, do the journey that life sends your way because you've got great strides to make, and allow everyone to see you in a different light. And those who do not support you in the journey, you're going to have to just let them be in the corner that they choose to sit. Thank you, Martin Daniels, for your Facebook question. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to come right back to the phone lines at 888-565-1470. Stay with us, everyone. Yes, indeed, there's a light right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, 96.9 and 103.9. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Stay with us. Don't go away. We're going to be right back.
Down upon me, and there's a light.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. Phone lines are open at 1-888-565-1470. That's 1-888-565-1470.
Take my hand and walk with me so we can go where we'll be free and we will see the world differently, where one heart can go. Oh sun begins to set and close out the day, and the moon begins to rise. It says hello.
Welcome back to the second hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. Spiritually Speaking with Sarah is presented by the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. For the next hour, call in and watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, and share love and light.
There's a light that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light. There's a light.
Yes, indeed, there is a light right here on WWNN, 1470 AM, 96.9, 103.9, and 95.3. And we are answering your questions all across the nation. And we've got to keep going to this wonderful board I've got going on here, because we've got calls all across the nation. And I'm going to go back to Chicago. We got another caller in Chicago, and we've got Jackie on the line. Jackie, how are you tonight?
Oh, hello?
Hello,
Let me-
Jackie.
Give me
How are you?
1 second. Let me go to the other room where it's quiet. I have a gathering, and I saw you were on, so I couldn't miss it.
Thank you so much, Jackie. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Well, it's my first time calling in,
Yes.
and I just wanted to see if I can get some guidance from the angels and from you.
Okay. So, Jackie, the first thing that I'm made aware of is that this is such an important year for you to embrace yourself, love yourself, dedicate some time to you, nurturing yourself. Have you been feeling like we need to fill your own cup lately? Yes?
Yes, I've
Yes.
definitely been trying.
Yes. It is a time for you to also spend some time in meditation and connecting with your angels. Archangel Michael steps up before you, and he makes me aware that you've been asking for the guidance of the angels, particularly Archangel Michael, to walk beside you. Does this make sense to you?
Yes,
Okay.
it does. He's really the only one I'm
Close to.
aware of
Yes.
and know about. So
That's why he steps right up, honey. He's like, I'm front and center, and I'm right here, and he's got your back, Jackie. I'm also being led to feel that you're trying to make some changes, positive changes, to move forward, and you're feeling a little stuck, a little stagnant, and you want to move forward to the next level for yourself. And I'm talking more about progression as career, work. What do we do next? What do we have to do next to move ourselves forward? This is true, yes?
yes, it is.
Okay.
I am working on a YouTube channel, and I'm trying to get more subscribers and
Okay.
follows and likes.
And you will. You will. And the interesting thing is that as you build this brand and you build this connection, you're also nurturing self. You're stepping into your own. This is your personal power time. It is all about you building this connection within yourself first. Because when you're true to yourself and you understand who you are, then the authenticity just kind of shares out to everyone. And people are really drawn to people who are being real and kind of raw, because we want people to be authentic within themselves.
Right.
And that's the connection. I'm also being made aware, Jackie, that there's some other projects that you were thinking of putting together that may involve some revenue coming to you as well. Is there some project that you're working on to bring some revenue, some financial wellness to your household?
I mean, I've been thinking of a couple things.
Okay.
Me and my mom were talking about dinner plates, selling some dinner plates, but I'm mostly focusing on tarot.
Mm-hmm. And that's your business, so that's your revenue. Yes,
Yes.
that's your side gig. Okay, so I see that's bringing revenue. So when we're on YouTube,
is.
in the beginning, there's not much revenue to get. So I see this side
Right.
business, and that's where your attention needs to be. It needs to be on the tarot cards. It needs to be on the connection with the people, and it really needs to be focused in a way that is opening the doors for everyone to feel welcome. I'm also made aware of a connection. And this connection comes from one of your spirit guides. Your spirit guide seems to be from England, is how she tells me. And she's got this beautiful golden light hair around her. And her energy around her is the person who's here to illuminate and assist you in the up-leveling of your consciousness. She makes me feel like she's highly ascended. She makes me also feel as if she was with you as a little girl when you played. If you had a little friend or something you talked to, she's been with you since you were a little girl. This is how she makes me feel. And she's also showing me, and this is kind of interesting, is there I'm going to use the word a teddy bear because that's what it looks like to me. Is there a teddy bear that you have from when you were young?
Yes.
Okay.
Wally.
Wally. Okay. Thank you so much for that confirmation. So she was there back in the days of Wally. So this is how I want to
makes
connect.
sense.
This is why I want to connect the dots for you. And I thank her for being so transparent for me to share with you. You're on an amazing ride, an amazing journey, Jackie, and you are on track to do amazing things. Give this a little time. Spirit says that as we spin you out into the month of October, you're going to notice quite a bit of traction and reactions from people. All right?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Jackie, for following the show. And be sure to send me a message on Facebook. Let me know what your YouTube channel is, and I'll be sure to catch you and give you a like and give you some support. Thanks, Jackie.
Will do. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now. 888-565-1470. I just love when those spirit guides come through and just bring it on. So thank you, Spirit Guide, for that assistance for Miss Jackie in Chicago. And now I've got to go to Fort Lauderdale. I've got Christine, and Christine is calling us from Fort Lauderdale. How you doing there in Fort Lauderdale, Christine?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great, Christine. And how can I be of service to you tonight?
I was just wondering, what does Spirit see for my love life?
Okay. Do we have a birthday for someone in particular, please? Because I have a song going in my head, and I'm going to sing it to you first before you answer that question. Lost and all alone, I always thought that I could make it on my own. So there's a sense of not feeling connected or connected the way we want to in this connection of love. Does this make sense to you, Christine?
Yeah.
Okay. But is there a person that you want to throw out to me? Because I feel like there is an energy of someone around you. What is their birthday?
January 19th.
And they're running a little hot and cold right now, right? Now you see them, now you don't. It's not quite flowing right. This is true?
Yes.
Okay. This is a hard horse to wrangle, honey. Let me tell you. Lordy, lordy. This one is not easy to settle down, settle in, and be connected in the way that you would like him to be. He requires a little bit of space and disconnects from time to time. And I'm feeling as if you're feeling alone in this relationship. So I cannot tell you what to do, but right now I don't feel like he's ready to show up and give you all that you desire. And you need to focus on what it is you desire in a personal primary partnership. And if you allow me to clear this energy from my vision when I move you forward, if you allow yourself to command what you desire to have in the love life and create a world within yourself of what you would like love to be like for you, if you allow yourself to, as he drifts away, just kind of hold your position and not kind of give in to what's going on with him and just allow yourself to kind of look in a slightly different direction, another one comes. And when I say another one comes, I kind of put you in the month of November. November, they give me the number 11. The number 11 is very significant because to me, it's a higher vibration for you. And this November, there will be an opportunity to meet someone else. Someone else will cross your path. It will depend where you are in this circle of relationship because he reminds me, Christine, of a dance away lover. He dances in, it's really good, and then he spins out, and then we're kind of left wondering, and then he dances back in. This is true, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Set your sights on another fish, honey, because there's plenty of fishes in the sea. All right.
Okay.
Christine, how did you hear about us?
My mom.
All right. Well, thank your mom for sharing this with us, and I hope you continue to follow us. Catch us on Facebook on Sundays at 5:05, and we'd love to stay in touch. Thanks, Christine, for your question. Bye for now.
Thank you.
You're
Have a
welcome.
great
You too. 888-565-1470. And we're going to go to Facebook. We've got some questions lining up on Facebook. Let's see who we've got. We've got Love Fig. We got to go back to the actual whole question, please. There is a whole question for us there. I did before, so let me see here. Okay, I got the question here in my phone. Hi, Sarah. Love Fig says, hey, Sarah, I would love to ask about my relationship. And then she gives the details of the boyfriend and herself. So when I look at this energy, Love Fig, she's talking about a disconnect between her and her boyfriend because of the son. And she's asking if the son is going to take a step back and let them be happy. You know, the son is really kind of being very protective of the father and kind of wants control, almost as if you, Love Fig, or you have a hidden agenda, and he's kind of painting you not in the best of light. It's going to be very difficult for him to step back and let you be happy. He really wants to have a little more control over his father. That's how I interpret it. But you two have a great relationship, and I do believe, Love Fig, that this relationship can sustain the test of time. You're just going to have to disconnect from his, the son's antics, is the word Spirit gives me. So Love Fig, keeping on. Love conquers all. Ken's not going to let up, but that's okay. Your love can get stronger between you and your boyfriend. Thank you so much, Love Fig, for asking that question on our Facebook feed. And we're going to go right back to the phone lines, and I've got to go to Georgia. And Georgia is in New Jersey. Georgia, how are you today? Hi, Georgia. How are you doing? Georgia?
Hello, Sarah.
Hi, Georgia. How are you doing?
Hey, love. How are you? Georgiana. How are you, dear?
I'm doing well, Georgiana. Good to connect with you again. And what is your question for us?
My question is, what is my Heavenly Father saying about me when I knock on the door, on his door?
Knock, knock, knock on heaven's door, my dear. And, you know, you approach the Heavenly Father with humility and dedication. And what I'm being given here as a gift for you is, I feel as if there's reminds me of Thanksgiving platter of bountiful food. So there's a blessing of bountiful experiences and bountiful, plentiful abundance that's meant to come for you, Georgiana. And when I look into this energy, the energy of gratitude and humility is what is most admired of you from the heavens, that you're able to stay centered in that. This makes sense to you, yes?
Okay. And by any chance, when I accidentally sin and when I ask him for forgiveness every day, every time, I'm not saying is it right or wrong, but does he accept that? Because I was always told that your Heavenly Father loves you. I was like, well, he loves everybody.
He does.
From spiritual pastors, and that was just always people, spiritual connected, but that was always the first welcome. Your Father loves you. That's why you go through so much stuff. I was like, okay, he loves everyone, but I don't want to take, what you would say now, I don't know, I don't want to, because I always hear that from people that could spiritually inclined discern that. I don't want to sometimes take that
for
as
granted.
A crutch and always saying, Father, forgive me for my sins known and unknown.
Yes.
I want to draw a line on it, like, okay, you love me. What should I always do to please you so I don't have to sin, to ask you all the time? Because I'm conscious of it.
You're aware, yes. And you're aware that your force of energy is an expression of of God. So, of course, in the asking, it is given, and He will always forgive us. And there's an energy about you that is, well, you're looking to set your sights on pleasing God. And when we set our intention on pleasing God, then you're never going to walk alone, and God is always going to sustain you and maintain you. And I have a feeling, my dear, that you're sinning a lot less than you think, because your unintentional mishaps and missteps are just part of the human experience, the human physicality, that we all have thoughts that are less than perfect, because we are imperfect beings hosting a perfect ray of light within. And this perfect ray of light is for us to allow that light to be the only force of energy within us, and for us to build our fill of the energy within our physical body. So when you are in this energy of divine energy, the flow of God is so powerful that when you have a misstep, just the fact that you notice what you notice and you realign and recalculate your route, and you have the awareness enough to ask for forgiveness, that puts you in the energy of humility and trusting that there's a force greater than you that is here to guide you and judge you, but not condemn you. Because it is part of your journey to learn and grow, to make mistakes.
Okay.
And there's an amazing path that comes for you. And I'm going to spin you out. And when I say spin you out, I'm going to fast forward you. And Spirit kind of spins the timeline for me. And so when I move you out about 5 years from now, I feel like there's a project, a group, something that you assist with or run that is to help others. Because it's in your heart, it's in your soul to be of service to others in some way, in some capacity. And to be a servant for God is how they tell me. And so, Georgiana, when I look at this energy, I want you to just trust that the groundedness that you feel, the faith, the belief that you are always connected is going to transcend you and put you in a place where you can be of service to others in the times to come.
That's so true. I'm hearing that right now. People would like say they want to, people would like cut me off, or they would like don't speak to me for a good 6 months, and by the time I take them on my phone book, they keep calling. I was like, why me?
Right.
Why me? I have some girlfriends when they get their new apartment, they was like, gee, come with your Bible and your sage and your incense. I was like, why me? You don't have a Bible home? I don't know, you the perfect one. Like, people always just choose me, but they wouldn't tell me. Why me?
Right.
And there I go. So,
and you know what I would say to you?
correct.
I will say this to you. Why not you?
Okay.
If you're chosen to do something and to be of service, and you're hosting that energy and humility and gratitude that I see, then why not you?
That's true.
Why not be the person who can shift the consciousness?
That's true. And one more thing.
Yes.
When my Father God, my Heavenly Father, I think he's my biological father as well, when he put me through some things to communicate and deal with, like people that are fake, they would say they're real, but they're fake. I always ask myself, how do I get the strength to deal with them and to come out victorious? It must be God. And why did you send me to these demonic people? How do I relate to them? And I did, and I go through and I relate. And they remember me like, why am I always taking up these people's burden? Why am I always passing through this? And then 6 months, 4 months after, I come out like I never did. It has to be God. That's why I have to be humble.
Exactly. You have to be humble.
I experience it so much.
Imagine
if
this.
I think about it, I go crazy, but I can't.
But Georgiana, imagine this. I want you to imagine this. That you are the vessel for the expression of God, pure and simple.
Okay.
So God meets us where we're at. And if we're not in a fully conscious way and we're still caught up in the world and we're running some game and we're fake and we're not quite in tune with who we are, and so we're kind of, I'm a material girl in a material world and kind of living a bit fast and fake, then God is going to meet us there because he knows eventually we will find our way out. And he uses you as the expression to remind them to try to keep it real. And if they glean a little insight from your connection with them, then great. If they don't, well, that's great too, because you planted a seed and you are the vessel for the expression of God, pure and simple. So why not you, my dear?
That's true.
Thank you so much, Georgiana, for calling me.
Thank you, Sarah. You still do that phone reading still right now?
I do. You can go to sarahspiritual.com and you can click that you want a personal session on the phone, and then we'll contact you with a date.
Yes, dear.
Thank you so
Keep
much.
Up your great, great, great work.
Thank you.
And be blessed and be safe.
Always have. Thank you so much. Bye for now. Bye. 888-565-1470. That's right. Thanks, Georgiana, for reminding us that, yes, if you'd like to have a personal session with me, we are doing sessions in person, socially distanced, of course, at the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. But if you're not local, can't make your way to the Expedito Enlightenment Center, go to sarahspiritual.com and select or you'd like a personal session. We have all different types of sessions, especially our mid-year checkups. So we would love to see you at the Expedito Enlightenment Center, or I'd love to talk to you on phone or via Skype, whether it's video Skype or FaceTime. We've got it all. We've got a way to connect with all of you. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to come right back to the phone lines and to Facebook and YouTube at 888-565-1470. Stay with us, everyone. Don't go away, because you know we're going to be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your song? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its soul.
For a soft, rich and beautiful skin, use Beauté de Lune products. Beauté de Lune products, based on natural fruits and extracts, revitalize your skin and make you incredibly beautiful. For acne, sensitive skin, dry or oily skin, Beauté de Lune. Cleanse, moisturize and revitalize your skin with Beauté de Lune. A miracle. For your order, call us at 561-906-7466 or to our store, 2695 North Military Trail Suite 21, or visit us online at www.beautédelune.net.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
Interested in relieving tension, reducing stress, and revitalizing your energy? Call reflexologist Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954 to book your session. Reflexology of the hands, face, and ears improves circulation, the functioning of the nervous system, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and leads to a glowing complexion. Experience what reflexology can do for you today. Contact Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Did you call me with your song? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its story, like a movie playing in a different theater. The characters, they change like water into
Yes, indeed, the characters change like water into wine because it's your movie. And do you know me? Do I know you? I think we met before. And we are answering your questions all across the nation. And I was on Facebook just now answering some questions in the feed. So be sure to put your question in the feed. I will continue to answer questions even after the show is over. I do my best to pop in and keep on keeping on with all of you. And be sure to join us this Sunday at 5:05 p.m. right live on Facebook and YouTube because we've got our Sunday Fun Day. Helena and I are going to be kicking it up a notch. We got some really cool stuff coming for all of you. So we'd love to see you live in the feed on our Facebook Sunday Fun Day live show. And we are going to go right back to the phone lines. I've got Lydia. And Lydia is in Georgia. Lydia, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Good.
To be honest, I'm doing good. Better than I was before.
Good, good. Some healing has been happening for you, yes? You're getting stronger, yes?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I see that energy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, indeed. And what is your question for me here, Lydia?
I've been having some thoughts. Is that like things happen, and then after things happen, then it's just like someone wants to give me a message, but
I'm going to pause you. I need you to stop because I have a message here for you. And so before you take me down a different path, I got to tell you the first person who steps up is your mother. And your mother's energy is there. Mother was strong personality. Yes, please?
Yes.
Yes. Didn't always make things easy. Is this true?
Yes, it didn't. Yes.
Didn't make it easy, right? She was a tough cookie is what I see. And if you go to bit the cookie, I think you broke a tooth because that's how tough she was. But Lydia, I want you to know that I'm getting this wonderful feeling of love from your mother. And your mom wants you to know that she's there supporting you. She may not have been supportive in the physical, but she is giving you a lot of support. This is who's stepping forward. I'm also being made aware of a woman who's older than her. Makes me feel that we are connecting to the grandmother energy. This would be your mother's mother, yes? Mother's mother was much different, yes? She was much kinder, softer, gentler, yes? And she was more the nurturer, yes? She comes and she brings to me this beautiful bouquet of flowers, and this makes me feel as if there's a birthday, an anniversary, something coming up for you. There's a birthday coming up for you, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so she's bringing you a bouquet of flowers to celebrate your birthday. And she's also making me feel as if that there is an anniversary of passing connected to either her or your mom. I'm not sure. That's also coming up in the summer months towards the end of the summer. Do you remember when Grandma passed, please?
Yes.
Okay. Who passed at the end of the summer?
My grandma.
Okay. Thank you very much for that confirmation. Because she's making me feel like there's an anniversary for her coming up, And she's also giving me the energy of giving you flowers for your birthday. So she just wants you to know, Lydia, that she is with you. We're knocking on heaven's door, and she's opening the door and letting you know that she's sending you much love. And I get this energy, even though your mom is in the energy of love. So we know that she's not in this energy of hurt or pain or remorse and the way we feel it as a human being. But what she is giving you, Lydia, is much love as a form of apology, for lack of a better word, so that you can feel her energy and she can make some things up for you from the other side. Does this make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Do you forgive her?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Good. This is important because forgiving her, forgiving yourself, frees you from this entanglement, because some of this bothers you. Your childhood bothers you, Lydia, sometimes, yes?
Yes, it does. Yes.
And honey, you didn't just fall off the turnip truck. So, I mean, let's let it go.
Yes. That's why I'm trying so hard, because, like I said, I went through a lot of things, and I said, it's all like how can I say? It's like what happened to her. It's just like came back to me in another way, but it's the same way. Like when we try to do something wrong to the person, it comes to us, but in a different way. So that's how I felt.
Yes.
But I say, forgive me, because I know it was my fault too, because I wasn't the best of it when I was her daughter. And
right.
But I forgive, yes, because it happened a lot. I have become stronger since the first time when I met you and I talked to you. I become more stronger. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, well, you are. You're very strong. You've evolved greatly, and you've been listening to the show for a while now, correct?
Yes.
Oh, I think your mom and grandma have been listening too, because they're right here with me. So that's a powerful feeling, Lydia, to have them right here with me, knowing that they're offering you great support and love.
And at this time, yes, because I don't want to go out nowhere, because I'm not afraid, but I just don't want the get contagious and share with my kids, because that's what I go every day with my kids.
Absolutely. Well, you will be fine. Hold the vision of being fine and trust that everything's working out for you.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much, Lydia. God bless
you.
Bye for now.
Bye.
We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're coming right back to the phone lines to talk to all of you. Stay with us. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
For soft, rich, and beautiful skin, use Beauté de Lune products. Beauté de Lune products, based on natural fruits and extracts, revitalize your skin and make you incredibly beautiful. For acne, sensitive skin, dry or oily skin, Beauté de Lune. Cleanse, moisturize, and revitalize your skin with Beauté de Lune. A miracle. For your order, call us at 561-906-7466 or to our store, 2695 North Military Trail Suite 21, or visit us online at www.beautédelune.net.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Have you heard me? Have you seen me? I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. All across the nation, we are answering your questions, and we've got to go right back to the phone lines. I've got to go to Stephanie. And Stephanie, she's in Palm Beach Gardens. Stephanie, how are you?
Hi, Sarah. I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. How can I assist you tonight?
I wanted to ask you, right now I'm feeling like there's something behind the scenes, and I'm just trying to get clarity on what Spirit is trying to tell me.
Well, you cut out during part of that here, so just when you were at the good part, you were like, so what was that?
I don't know.
Like, I don't know. Spirit's not a ventriloquist. I know that. So well, actually, sometimes they are, but let's try that question again.
I don't even remember what I said, but I just feel like Spirit is unveiling something huge in my life, and there's a huge, not only lesson, but also just movement, and I would love some clarity.
Well, you've embarked upon this beautiful path of a new beginning, and the interesting thing is that we're also at an ending as well as a beginning, you see. And endings are beginnings, and beginnings sometimes can lead to an end. And where you are, as we talk in the circle, where you are at this moment is when I look at the energy of this year. This year is really about cleaning house. And my house in the middle of the street, my house. You're really kind of clearing, I don't know why we're singing, but there's all this clearing out energy that is teaching you to let go of things that no longer serve you, and to trust your own intuition, and to learn to put yourself first. You have this stigma of that's being selfish, but we cannot care and be for someone else unless we are there for ourselves.
Yes.
And they're unveiling opportunities for you to say, yep, this is for me. Oh, heck no, this is not for me. And they're giving you opportunities to grow, to expand. I also see, and I know we're kind of comfy where we are, but I know that there is a move coming for you. And this move may take you in a different direction, maybe not directly out of your immediate area, but there is a move. I don't see that happening in the next few months, but I do know that there will be a move, because you are putting yourself on the path of realigning yourself with Spirit and discovering yourself for the first time. Everything else seems like we were discovering ourselves and loving ourselves through someone else's eyes.
Yeah.
And now we have to see ourselves through our own eyes so that we can appreciate the greatness, the beauty that we are as a human being, as a spirit being, and what's to come for you. Not defined and in the boundaries of what someone else would create for you. A lot of your existence has been living in a box.
Yes.
And the box that you've had from childhood to friendships to relationships, they've all had similar scenery. And so it felt comfortable to be in a box because, well, it made things easier. If someone saw you in a particular role or in a particular way, and since you've kind of been perceived or lived in a particular way, it just seemed like comfortable. But as you began to grow and pop your head out of the box and people weren't comfortable with that, then they began to point the finger at you as if you were the problem. But really what you were noticing is that, Jiminy Crickets, I'm seeing the same scenery. No matter where I look, pretty much looking the same. Doesn't matter if it's a parent, doesn't matter if it's a friend, doesn't matter if it's a lover. It's just not how I want to see myself. And I don't want to be looking at these four walls. And, you know, of course, enter 2020 and all of us looking at our four walls for a while. You really notice that, heck, this scenery sucks. Pure and simple.
Yeah.
And so you're ready for a change. But the central point of attraction being you is the person who's attracting people who just want to keep you in a box. And they come in all shapes and sizes and energies. And learning to discern the energy. And I'm speaking to you, Stephanie, but you represent the masses right about now. Because this is a time for us all to break free of the chains and the boxes and the roles that we have lived to appease and live for other people. Because maybe it was easier to do it that way. Maybe it was just what we felt our lot in life was. It is time for us all to step into our personal power. And this lockdown, shutdown craziness that we've been going through in a guise to protect our physical being is the time for us to open up and really open our own personal Pandora boxes. And your Pandora box is getting a little crowded. So you've got to get out. I'm feeling that what's going to be revealed for you is that you are in a period of your life that perhaps we do not require nor desire nor need a relationship. That you can stand on your own and feel in your own and live on your own. And I got a new attitude. Be in this energy of a new attitude that defines you. So that wherever you are, it will always be free-flowing, and the person you attract will free-flow with you, and we will no longer live in a box.
Yeah.
And that is this great unveiling. And if you choose to align yourself with this feeling, align yourself with this message, then what will happen for you is that it will catapult your mission to a higher, greater level. Because there will be no ceiling. There will be infinite possibilities and infinite ways to express oneself as a vehicle of healing and transformation for yourself and others. This is the foot that is upon a path of greatness, that is afraid to take the step, and Spirit wants you to take the step. This makes sense to you, yes, Stephanie?
Absolutely, yes.
It is your time. And to proudly be who you are. There's nothing to hide.
How do I step into that?
Just do what you feel compelled to do that aligns you with Spirit without the applause or the company of another, to stand alone. You see, the journey to Spirit is sometimes a lonely one, because the journey to self-discovery is the discovery that you're okay by yourself and complete by yourself. That's a lesson that we're all learning. And in the completion of self and the awareness of self and the awareness that we are forever connected to a vast universe of and guides and angels and God, and we're in this energy, then we begin to circle with a tribe that matches the frequency. You see, this also is offering people an opportunity to disconnect from people that they didn't really like anyhow. You heard the caller before. She's like, why does God keep putting fake people in front of me? And some people sitting there going, I'm hanging with a bunch of fake people. It's not a judgment statement. It's just they haven't come into their own yet. So if you're hanging with people who haven't come into their own, and you're trying to come into your own, because we're all evolving, so we're never quite into our own, what we got to do playing the fake game?
Yeah.
You just got to lay it like it is. And here you are, opening up your heart and your soul. Close the chapter, because the new beginning really gets moving like momentum in the month of December. So all aboard. The fate train, as we were talking about on our Sunday Fun Day, is at the station. And Stephanie, you by all means have to take that ride.
I just got chills.
Clang, clang, clang went the trolley. Go ahead. It's time for you to go and do what you've come to do. This makes sense, yes? We trust we've been of service to you tonight, Stephanie.
Absolutely.
Keep us posted.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sarah.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
Bye.
888-565-1470. Going to grab a question on Facebook. Let's see who we have on Facebook. We've got a YouTuber. We've got Lily. And we've got her birthday. And she says she's married. And she wants to know when she's going to have grandchildren. So let's take a look at that here. This is very important for Lily because this is something Lily really wants to have. And so, Lily, when I look in this energy here, 2021, January, February, this is when I feel like there is energy of grandchildren coming. Someone's having a baby coming into 2021. This is the energy. So we kind of know that for sure, January, February of 2021. This is going to be exciting. I don't know which one of your two married children is going to be, but I do see that we have energy of a spirit of a baby coming in and the beginning of 2021. So, Lily, thank you so much for your YouTube question. We're going to pull another question from the Facebook before we pop on over to Lantana. And so we've got Levon Aquarius. Levon Aquarius, thank you so much. I know you've been on the feed for a little bit. Thank you for hanging with us here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah on our Facebook page. Could I tell her what is going on in work? Your manager is very threatened, very insecure, and you should be concerned about her trying to make trouble for you and make you seem like you're not doing your job. She's trying to make herself look better to the higher ups, and so I can tell you that now is the time for you to focus on what you want to do, because there is a possibility for you to move forward in a different, higher level direction. I don't know if this organization can facilitate that, but I do see that the end of 2020 through the first half of 2021 is a time for great advancement for you. By around your birthday, I see this powerful change and shift that equates to a promotion, financial wellness, increase. So, Levon Aquarius, pay her no mind, but watch your back. And if I were you, I would pray Psalms 27, I would pray Psalm 23, and I would pray Psalm 5 and 65 so that all goes well. All right? So someone who heard that, please pop it in the feed for Levon Aquarius so that she has that. And thank you so much, Levon Aquarius, for your Facebook question. 888-565-1470. That's the number to write down. If you don't get into us tonight, then my goodness, we do want to hear from you, and we'll pop on with you next week. But right now, I've got to go to Lantana. I've got Ted in Lantana. Let's see what's going on with Ted. I know he's got a lot of loved ones on the other side.
Well, I'm having trouble with the transmission and getting you on the radio.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we're just going to have to talk to somebody about that.
But anyway, what's going on with me is having a lot of trouble with the town.
And
I'm
with
going
your
to have
house, yes.
a big hearing trial tomorrow, and I'm wondering how you see that happening, how that's going to go.
It has to do with the condition of your house and what's around your house. Yes, please?
Yes.
Okay. Well, they do want to fine you, Ted. You know this, yes?
Yes.
I know. That's not pretty.
No.
Do you have an attorney coming with you, Ted?
Yes. There is somebody who is helping me, and also that person has an attorney. What had happened is the people, to make it short, they were building preparing a room in the house, and I know they were doing it without a permit. Okay. And I was supposed to get the permit, but I didn't even know it, and I guess they didn't know it. And
this is in your house? This is in your house, yes?
Yes, my house.
Okay. And is this okay? Hold on, Ted. Is this because they were going to stay in that room?
No, they were people from the church, and they were hoping to get the room done because it had a leak in the roof over that.
Oh, okay.
And they were going to fine them something like $5,000, and now they could fine me that or more. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so this is part of the hearing, and there's another part of it too.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how that's going to go.
And does that have to do with your yard as well, Ted? Is there something going on in your yard?
It did. Much of that has been
resolved,
fixed up, and they have given an approval for me to have what they call a fine reduction hearing.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's
no matter what, Ted, you are walking away with a fine. But I feel like and again, I'm not a lawyer, so I cannot give any legal advice, but I feel like you need to talk to that attorney. We need to see how, I know you're the homeowner, but I think the person who's installing the room should be made responsible for the bulk of the fine because they should know better, okay? But I'm not a lawyer, cannot give you any legal advice.
They claim not to know, and of course
then
I didn't know.
Then they shouldn't be building a room in anybody's house if they don't know what they're doing.
No, what it was the roof.
Okay.
And there's a fine out to be building
okay, I got you.
a roof, where they should have had a
they needed to pull a permit to work on your roof. I know.
Look for a permit. That's
I understand.
What they needed.
Yeah, they needed to pull a permit. I understand. Well,
yeah, but they didn't do it.
They didn't do it.
And then I'm probably going to be charged for it because I didn't know that you had to have one.
Yeah, you will. And then
maybe they didn't too. I don't know.
Well, Ted, I can assure you they should know that because I know nothing about roofs, and even I know you need a permit for a roof. But I'll tell you this, Ted. I want you to understand that you're going to ask for a fine reduction. You have a limited income, and you need them to assist you in this. And you know what? Ignorance is not necessarily bliss in a court of law, but in this case, you're going to have to say you didn't know. You're going to ask for the mercy of the court, and there will be a fine. We're going to pray that it's a minimal fine, and we're going to keep the party moving. All right? All right.
Now, there is somebody that's, my voice is going, but there's somebody has been helping me.
Right. Ted, they're waving. Ted, I have to go. They're waving me off for the end of the show, but I did want to get to you. We will put a prayer in for you, and just please ask for a reduction in that fine. Thank you, Ted.
Yes,
God bless you. Good night.
Well, thank you.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you.
888-565-1470. Write the number down. Love to connect with you next week. Catch us on our Sunday Fun Day at 5:05 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. You've been listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and that's me, Sarah Spiritual. To learn more about the work that I do, go to Sarah, S-A-R-A-H, spiritual.com and see a personal session, a class. We do hope you join us and visit my center in West Palm Beach if you're local here in South Florida. Thank you. Good night. God bless you. And once again, I am Sarah Spiritual.
There's a light. There's a light. There's a light.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate life. Listen and call in next week and let Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in next week for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.